Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. I know I've missed a bunch of videos, but it is March, which means it is time to discuss choice and spoiler items for the premium and base BOXYCHARM boxes. We're going to dig into all the info we currently have, and a lot of the products I am very familiar with, so I will be happy to give you an update on what I like, what I don't, and what I'm expecting out of March. So if that's something you're into, make sure to keep on watching, and don't forget to subscribe because I upload every other day. That'll be the best way to stay up to date on all the fun stuff I'm posting. So if you want to jump into a whole roundup of March spoilers, choice items, and everything in between, stay tuned. As always, I am going to start with the choice items, and I'm going to be honest, for the base box, I am very disappointed. So I'll put a picture up on the screen, and the three items for the choice box are going to be, first, the Murad AHA BHA Exfoliating Cleanser. I actually loved this product before they reformulated it, and I do not like it nearly as much as I used to. This is going to sound weird, but it used to have like a weird, almost Tito's vodka smell without the alcohol. It was a really great cleanser, nice and exfoliating, took the dead skin off. But once they reformulated it, I was no longer a fan. The second choice item for base is going to be the Too Faced Damn Girl Mascara, which I don't love Too Faced mascaras. I recently revisited the Better Than Sex mascara, and I don't hate it as much as I used to, but the Damn Girl mascara I always liked a little bit more, but it is such a fat, chunky brush that, you know me, I like my mascaras to have these tiny little baby wands so I can really get very, very close to my eyes and I don't have to worry about, my eyes are hooded, my eyes are a little bit inset, so if my lashes have too much product on them, it gets all over my lid almost instantly. And the last item for the base choice items were the Glow Recipe Banana Soufflé Moisturizing Cream. Hate the smell of banana, hate the taste of banana, hate the texture of banana. I will never use anything that even remotely says banana, so that is a pass for me. Now, I know on the surface it looks like it's, a good product, an okay product, and a bad product to me, in my opinion. But the reason I'm disappointed is that all three of these are repeat products. So it seems like you're getting a choice between which of the three repeats you want to restock on, or potentially one you didn't get in the past. Now, I know to some people that is going to be really desirable. These were three different variations from many months ago that did not go against each other. So there's a good chance that you might have received all of these, or that you might have received none of these. And because of that, there's that chance that, maybe you loved something so much you want to get it again, but in this instance, I don't think I would be happy with any of these three items. Moving on to the premium choice items. First, I actually do already own this product. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Foundation. I have it here in the shade 5 Cool. I actually really like this foundation. It wears really beautifully. My issue is, if you are a cool-toned individual like myself, more of those rosy pink undertones, it's going to look too warm on you. So even though this is the cool even though this is the cool color, it does tend to lean a little bit more neutral. The neutrals lean a little warm, and the warms are straight up yellow. And I have had this issue for many, many years with this foundation. I was working at Sephora when it launched in Sephora, and I used to have such a challenge. If anybody was neutral, you would put them in the cool shades, and if anyone was warm, you'd put them in the neutral shades, and if anybody was like really, really yellow, you'd put them in the warm shades. But anybody who is cool, you might have an issue with this foundation. I also do realize it oxidizes a tiny bit, so it does get a little bit darker throughout the day. So if you are somebody who has multiple shades, or you're going to shop for this in Sephora, or maybe they put it in the add-on store, make sure you get a shade a little lighter than you think you need. That is going against the Keys Soul Care Skin Transforming Cream, fragrance-free with bakuchiol, which is a great ingredient for balancing the skin. Of the two items, I feel like I would lean more for the skincare, although I have so many moisturizers open currently that if I do get that, I'm just going to tell you that I'll try it in a little bit, because once you open skincare, it does expire within about 6 months to a year, and it takes 28 to 60 days to see results. So if you're opening a new moisturizer every other day, most of the time they will be expiring before you even get to finish them, and I don't really like that. I find it very wasteful. So for me personally, when I do get skincare in a box like this, if it's something I need immediately, like I will always open a face mist, but when it comes down to like moisturizers where I currently have like 2 or 3 open, I do try to put that in reserve and try it later on. But when I look at these two items, If I didn't already have the foundation, I would be much more excited about the foundation, but since I do have it already in a shade that does work well for me, I'm going to be more interested in that moisturizer. And the second choice item is going to be 3 items. First, the Rare Beauty Always an Optimist Illuminating Primer. It is a glowy, dewy primer. It doesn't really, from an ingredient standpoint, have a ton of oil in it that's going to make you look greasy, but it is going to have a little bit of that pigment to help give you a little bit of that glow from within underneath your foundation. I would recommend when you do apply it, make sure you put your foundation on pretty quickly after it, because you really want that pigment in the primer to not only sit on top of the skin, but really to blend into that wet foundation to give you a little extra luminosity. The other item is the Ofra Cosmetics Charm Your Cheeks Mini Mix Blush Palette. I do love Ofra blushes. I have quite a few of them. In fact, in my freelance makeup kit, which again, I haven't done freelance makeup in a very long time, minus one bride I took last October. But other than that, I haven't actually done freelance makeup in like 2 years, and Ofra was most of my kit. I love their blushes. They wear absolutely beautifully. I have a ton of their product, and we've gotten a few of their blushes in various of the big full-size Ofra palettes that have come over the past couple of months, like 6 months. So I already know I like the formula, and the colors look beautiful. There's that tangerine color in the top that I'm really excited to try. And the third item in this line is the Carez Santorini Grape Velvet Skin Drink, which looks like a nice hydrating serum. Looking at the 3 of these together, I honestly don't think there's a wrong answer, which this is the opposite of the base choice items where I don't really want any of them. Obviously, I love skincare, so I'm always going to want skincare, but on camera, it's so much more fun to play with makeup, so I really want that blush palette. But I'm never going to say no to Rare Beauty. I'm really happy with a lot of the products I've tried from them. I actually have a bronzer stick from them that's still in the rotation that I still need to try, and I will definitely be doing that sooner rather than later. Now to talk about Boxyluxe spoilers. March is a Luxe month, which means we're getting 3 boxes this month instead of 2. Now for the first Boxyluxe sneak peek, there is going to be a Natasha Denona Cupid eyeshadow palette and the Lawless Forget the Filler Lip Plumper Smoothing Gloss. Both of these look great. Lawless is one of those brands that I've never been steered wrong before. However, I have so many Natasha Denona palettes, and it is one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas that I'm hoping these aren't variation items because I want both really badly. But if I had to pick one, I would definitely go in favor of the palette, not just because I love playing around with eyeshadow palettes on camera so I can really show you some versatile looks, but really I just have an obsession where I want every eyeshadow palette always. Next Luxe sneak peek comes from the brand Iconic London, and this is the Multi-Use Sculpting Face Palette. It is a brightening and bronzing and contouring palette. It definitely looks like a cream palette, which you know I don't love cream contour. It's just not something I really typically use. And those products tend to fall by the wayside in my collection, so I tend to prefer those powders. But I think it looks really nice. I think there's a really nice deep shade in there, and I think those other tones would work well for lighter skin. So if you're a makeup artist, I think this could be a great staple for your kit. More importantly, if you're the average person and you're getting this because you have BOXYCHARM, I don't think there's really going to be too many people who can't use this unless you are extremely, extremely fair, in which case you're going to want to go in with a very light hand, or you are extremely deep, and then it might not be quite dark enough for you. Next Boxyluxe sneak peek is going to be from Glow Recipe. This is the Papaya Sorbet Enzyme Cleansing Balm. I love papaya enzyme. It is a super calming ingredient while also being exfoliating because it's so nutrient dense. Received I believe it was Pharmacy. They had a papaya cleanser that we got in BOXYCHARM a while ago, and I loved that. So I am really excited to get my hands on this. I do love a lot of the Glow Recipe products I've tried, and they tend to leave the skin very hydrated. And again, I'm living in Colorado now. It is so dry here that I could always use some extra hydration. And the last sneak peek is the one that I'm going to say is unconfirmed because I see it all over the internet. Everybody's talking about the fact that it's coming in BOXYCHARM, but BOXYCHARM hasn't said it out loud yet, and neither has the brand, so I'm not going to say this is confirmed, but there are rumors that the Aether Beauty Big Bang Mascara is coming in BOXYCHARM, and I collectively have 3 mascaras that I rotate between, because they're the only 3 I typically like. It is the Beauty For Real High Def Mascara, the Benefit Roller Lash, which I'm currently out of, and this one right here. Now, even though the wand is a little bit larger than I typically like, it's very long, so it's really easy to get nice and close. It's also not very fat, so it doesn't hit my lashes. It is a clean brand mascara that also really emphasizes ethical sources of ingredients. We got their Desert Sunset palette in, I want to say February, and it was maybe January. No, that was January. We got the Desert Sunset palette in January, and I think that is such a beautiful palette. Aether has quickly become one of my favorite brands, and I really love this mascara, and I would love to play with that with the Natasha Denona palette, so I am just really hoping that I get to do a really fun eye look this BoxyCharm season. As always, thank you so much for watching. Sound off down below and let me know all of your thoughts. I would love to hear them, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!